let's get into it. Welcome back to episode 2 of Coffee Talk. It's your girl, Southern Aphrodite, and I got with me my co-host, my ladies, my A1s from day one. Shout it out, ladies.
Hi, y'all. It's Nina45. What's happening?
Babe, 2 times you there?
I think she's froze.
Yeah. I'll tell you about the internet.
I'm too.
Well, we've been having a lot of storms going on, y'all. So we in the dirty South. Y'all know it's been hitting us pretty hard lately. Babe, 2 times. Let us know. Blink twice if you need help.
Shout out us in the raft. I got
you. She definitely there. We're just gonna wait for her to buzz back in. What you drinking, Nina?
Oh man, y'all know I'm gonna stay on some yak. I'm drinking a little of that goose, that vodka, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stay on my end. You did.
Babe, 2 times. You back
okay,
with
I'm
us?
back.
Yeah,
yes, we have been bad weather today too. And the wind's so high right now, so yeah.
We in the dirty South. We understood. We understand. I think Nina, you had tornadoes in your area, right?
Baby, I'm just gonna sit back and I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. If I need to run to the store, I'm gonna go. Cause I'm gonna let the Lord do what He gonna do, baby. They say they're gonna come through.
Yeah, I went to the store.
I ain't gonna do all that. We ain't got nothing. We just gonna have to go there. I'm not doing all that extra. Cause I ain't no reparations after this. I'm sorry.
I got a flashlight in the Bible. That's all I got.
Let's do. I'm with it. I'm going to somebody. Mm-hmm. Yes, y'all.
I got some tap water and some rainwater off the roof.
Oh yes, y'all. We got some country girls in the city. That's it, y'all.
What's that song? Car ain't got no roof. House ain't got no roof. That's gonna be me. That's gonna be me. I'm telling y'all. But so we're gonna kick it off, y'all. This is episode 2 of Coffee Talk. The art of love and love not. The girls are gonna hit it hard with you today with a couple of topics. Pretty much central and around love, children, the love of dating and sex and all that good stuff. We're gonna hit it deep for y'all again today because this is what we do. This is what we bring to the table. Also, your girl Nina45 gonna come at you with a little room temperature gossip.
You know, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna put it out there. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna come to the streets. We're gonna take it everywhere. So y'all just might see me pull up in y'all hood. I'm pull down on you. I'm gonna show you. Don't try to hide. Come. I like to talk about it, baby. We gonna do
shit. She ain't coming gas too high. Gas too high.
I'm gonna show you.
Tell her back 2 times. Tell her back she ain't coming. She ain't coming at all.
I might just call somebody who's gonna call me and let me know what's happening. You never know.
Back 2 times says she coming. All right, y'all, let's jump into topic number 1. Topic number 1 is love of a child. Do people really expect their children to say they love this special person just because they are who they are? I mean, what's up with that, y'all? How y'all feel about that? Let's talk about it real quick.
Well, that's an interesting topic. You know, we are mothers here. Jennifer is the mother of my children. If y'all that is not who that is. I am so sorry. I do that every show, don't I? But y'all know who that is. She is the mother of my children. But a child should not have to understand. I feel like I think it's different levels to love. Because when you are a child, you don't know that's what you're doing. That person cares for you. That person sees that they see you. That thing that they do, that thing that they have, they love that. You know, they say this is always around. They look for it. They love a pacifier. You know, so as they grow, so does the word for them. Then they begin to understand a relationship. Once they can understand a relationship and how that goes and who that person is to them, once they can say, okay, that's my cousin. You know, they gonna know their mama face, that's their dad face. But once they can understand a relationship, you know, that's my best friend. You know, kids always say, oh, that's my best friend. How do you classify them as a best friend? What makes you trust them to be your best friend? That just goes as the word grows.
All right. What about you, Bae 2 times? What's your opinion about a child in love?
To be honest, I think it's too it comes with if you're raising your child up on love. You know, sometimes we discipline and some of the what would I say, most hurtful ways because you're fussing and you hollering or you may give a whooping. But then in reality, we're like, okay, well, that's how I was raised. That's a cycle that's and a generational curse that's constantly going on. But think about too, that makes a child not want to come to you and be able to talk. They reach out to others and you don't want them just reaching out to anybody and looking for that within anybody. So I would say more so is raising your kids to love on them, tell them you love them. Some people don't even tell their family or their kids or their mom and dad, oh hey, I love you. It's okay to it's safe to say. So I would say that's what I am big on that right now. Raising my little one. I tell her I love her all the time. I hug
Mhm.
her. I love on her. You know, um, all those things I didn't get as growing up. Me growing up is not that my mama didn't love me, but some things when just what would I say something that they
People
do
love
all the time,
differently.
every day. Yeah. So everybody love differently. That's exactly. So I want my child to know this love from it's love from within and love on the outside too. Not just what I do for you, but I
Mhm.
genuinely love you and care about you, and I want you to be there to those that you care about as well.
Mhm.
Definitely respect to both ladies and your input on that, because I can say, like you bay 2 times, like growing up, my mom was not that parent that said I love you every day. It wasn't one of those I love you, good night, or you headed off to school, I love you, have a great day. It was, implied that she loved me, and that's where I picked up on love. So, like, Nina 45 was saying, like, it shouldn't be like just because you my cousin or you my dad or you my mama, I love you. Like, because sometimes that love isn't reciprocated. Sometimes people have children and they don't need to have these children, you know what I'm saying? And even though that child's saying, you my mama, you supposed to love me, you my daddy, you supposed to love me, like, where's the love? And they don't see it. So the fact that you ladies are definitely putting that in your children, instilling that in your children, telling them, this is love, I love you, like,
Well, how do
showing
you
them.
make them understand why and who they should love? Is it because of, um, how do you explain to a child who they're supposed to love? As in family, like I said, as in friends, how was that question or how was that answer?
I don't think it's titled love. I don't think, like I just said, I don't think it's because you my mom, I'm supposed to love you.
Mhm.
It's more of an act, it's more of an emotion, it's more of an affection that you show these children or these individuals, that you love them. Like, by it could be that I loved Miss Orly Stanton like
Mhm.
my grandma. I promise you,
Mhm.
I had a grandmother, loved my grandma, had mad respect for my grandma. But I met this lady when I was in 5th grade. And in meeting her, she gave me my first job. She gave me my summer, like, finances. I was able to pay for the majority of my stuff when I went away to college. The woman that I met and what she taught me out of life, like that, in addition to what my mom, my aunts, and my uncles and my grandparents taught me, like, I fell in love with this lady. I cared for her like she was flesh and blood, or what most people would think. Oh, you love her like she's family. Like, is this your grandma for real? No, we ain't even kin. This lady could pass me on the street. We couldn't even give blood to each other. But
Right.
I love this woman because of what she taught me and what
Well,
she
I
provided
have a
for me
question
on a
about
day-to-day
that.
basis. Yeah.
So in the Bible, it tells you to honor thy mother and father. You honor your parents, right? You honor them with
Mm-hmm.
love and respect.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, everybody don't deserve that, but you're still supposed to love them. How do you make a child love when they don't see it, they don't feel it, they don't understand it? The Bible tells you to do that. You do that. You have to honor your parents. You honor your parents with love and respect. But you also got those
I think
people that have children that don't deserve that. How do you enforce that?
I, and
you
and I'm gonna
don't.
let you
You
have.
don't enforce it. Oh, I'm sorry. You don't
No,
enforce it. It's like yourself. You know who to love. You grow and you learn. So the more love you put in it, come back to what Jennifer said when she said the affection, the emotions. They're gonna grow
Mhm.
to learn off this. If I'm not getting this, okay, this that mean that maybe not be okay. They may not be okay. But then two,
Okay.
you make sure your child is more open to. Then at that point, if they're noticing them things, guess what? Then you can explain. Sometimes you don't have to explain beforehand because guess what you're saying. They may not understand that. So what are you explaining? But then they come to you and they're realizing these things and they're picking up on these things as they grow. Guess what? That's when they're going to open the door. They feel comfortable. Oh, I can talk to mom because mom loved me. So I can
Mhm,
talk to mom about this. I don't have to go ask somebody else. Or I don't have to
mhm,
just experience it and, what I'm saying, get the worst or the good or whatever's to come with it. That's when you're going to be able to explain to them and tell them, well, hey, this is what love is. This was, what I'm saying, people make mistakes. Make sure we explain that. Everyone do make mistakes because a person make a mistake doesn't mean they don't love you, but
right,
it's okay to speak how you feel. And if you felt that wasn't in your favor or you didn't like what was done or said, let's talk about it. It's okay to talk about things. Don't hold back. You hold back, a person will never know and it will continue to go on. And then
mhm,
it's a habit and it's something normal.
Totally agree, babe. 2 times she hitting it, and then also too, like Nina 45. When you were saying the Bible says honor thy mother and thy father, I think the Bible also teaches us how to be mother and fathers.
right,
That
right,
the love that we're supposed to give to our children, the love that we're supposed to give to our spouses, and the love that we're supposed to give to God. Like if you're gonna say, well, the Bible said honor thy mother and thy father. Well, you not being what God told you to be as a mother or a father, then who am I to honor? You know what I'm saying?
right,
So if
right,
you're gonna throw that out on your children and say you're supposed to do this because the Bible says it, make sure you living by that Bible before you try to correct a child or me on who or how I'm supposed to love.
right.
So that's my
I
opinion on
agree.
that one.
Hmm.
Mhm. All right,
Very
baby.
good
I like
topic.
it. I like that. I like that. I told y'all, baby, I'm coming straight up the dome. You heard me?
Yes,
I
come on.
gonna give it to you with it off the dome, baby. I like
Yes,
it because
Oh
I be
my
I
having,
got your
I
back.
can't make this shit up.
I got your
This
back
shit
two
be real
times.
life happening. I can't make this
Yes,
shit up. Like it be
yes,
happening for real, for real. Y'all gonna
yes.
get it. I'm telling you, I can't make this up. This shit, y'all know, they be saying, hey, y'all ever Googled the strangest shit and it just pop up on the end of Google? Like, how the fuck you do that? This some shit I thought about at 1 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I thought I took a couple allergy pills and I'm like, what the fuck? It be happening to people. I'm gonna show you. I be meeting a lot of people. People be going through a whole
Woo.
bunch of shit. We gonna talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. We gonna talk about it. We
Well,
gonna
come
talk
on
about
back home, Nina 45. Well, let's jump on back into the next love, okay? So, topic 2 of the day is love of addiction. We're going to let Bay 2 times take the lead on this one because she was
it.
doing the
Please
most
do, because
research.
I am alcohol and drugs
She
free.
was doing the most research. And I'm going to tell you now, I'm addicted to Coca Cola. But the topic of number 2 of the day is it's a fine line between a little abuse or addiction. Bay 2 times, tell us what you know. When is enough enough, girl? When is
You
enough
know what?
enough?
Everybody enough is different, so I'm not gonna tell people what my enough is. Is their enough? But we want to make sure at all times too. You know when it's enough when if your verbiage is starting to be a slang, or if your vision is getting blurry, or more so you're not able to think and be able to protect yourself and everybody that's around you. And then guess what? If you're
Mm,
feeling a little weak there, guess what? Let's slow it down because you don't want to be harmful to nobody else. You don't want to be harmful to yourself. You want to make sure you're getting to your point A, B safely. So let's help and protect one another by looking out for each other too. Peer pressure can be a big one because guess what? My friend like, come on, let's go. But if it's enough, it's enough. Don't let your
right,
friend tell you, okay, let's go. Or one more for the team. No, because that may be one life after team. You get what I'm saying? So let's make
right.
sure that we don't be more of a peer pressure person too. That's why I wanted to really get on that topic because we're living in a life where peer pressure is taking over yourself and others. Because we think, okay, because I'm good, or you good. Oh, this person gonna be good too, or you got this. You've been doing this. It don't matter because I realized too after having a little one, and then coming back to doing it again, my tolerance is different than before. Some things I don't do as much as I used to before. So that made me realize too. Just think about all the times a person told me, and I'm thinking, "Girl, you good?" Because I'm good. That's selfish. I was being selfish because guess what? Everybody level and tolerance is different. Then that drink, that color of that drink may be good for you, but not the next person. So be mindful
Right.
of that. We have too many deaths that's happening and constantly happen. So why not let's protect one another first? Thing about the protection part and the safety of it first, and then enjoy in the midst of it. That way you know a heads up. Okay, well this is what we're gonna do, and hey, it's okay to have a talk. We're having a talk now. Let's sometimes open up the drinking session with a conversation that we're gonna pray about it and respect anybody's decision. And guess what? We all want to leave here safe.
Well, I like that. I like that. I will say that um, growing up in the time that I grew up and in the family that I grew up, every addiction was different. You know what I'm saying? Like it may have been an addiction to alcohol, it may have been an addiction to someone love, or it may have been an addiction to something else that some people may find minor, but when it hurts that person and that family member, then it becomes a major thing. Um, when is it enough when your children are constantly seeing their parents fight or being called out of their names or disrespect? Like that to me is addiction too, because you're stuck with this person and they're constantly calling you out your name, they're constantly belittling you, and then they're doing it in front of your children. At what point do you say, hey, this is enough, I need to step back from this, because this, either somebody need help, it's either me or this other person.
Yeah. That's where it comes. That's where that word addiction comes in. You could be addicted to a person. I ain't gonna lie, it could be a drug. It could be a drug, and it takes
That
help.
is a tough one. I can look.
You
I
know,
gotta agree with you on
so
that one. It ain't that easy.
it's
I
like
had to come in
you
on that
can
one.
never say when enough is enough until you can just have the enough done been enough. But when you got the strength to walk
But then
away
you don't know
from
what's
that,
enough. You
that's
don't know
what
what's enough
you know.
sometimes.
So
So
let's
you just
let's
gotta
look
build the
at
strength up.
let's look at some of these superstars like Ike Turner and Tina Turner, right? Or Jonathan Majors. Y'all know about the story with Jonathan Majors that's out in the news right now. He was a guy that like one of the Marvel actors. I think Denzel Washington or somebody, don't quote me on that, may have helped him through college. But he's currently dating our girl Megan Good. And everybody know who Megan Good is, you know what I'm saying? So the storyline behind him is that once his big movie, Marvel movie, came out, he was dating this other chick, a little Caucasian, a snow bunny.
Oh,
And
okay.
she was in the car with him. They were leaving an awards show, and a female texted him. And then rumor has it may have been Megan, it may have not. Who knows? But the female texted him and said that I wish I was kissing you right now. And his current girlfriend at the time saw the text message. They got in an argument. It got very public. He got arrested. And right now, his whole career and life is on the line because he allegedly put his hands on this lady. Now, I have seen some fights in my days. And Nina 45 knows this because, like, Queen Bee was the biggest aggressor in my days. And
hold on. She wasn't no aggressor. She just told it like it T.I. is.
No, if a man stood up, she was ready because she was the one telling me if a man stand up to you and he ain't jumping up to praise the Lord, put him on his knees where he can. Okay, that's what Queen Bee used to say. But in Jonathan Major's case, his ex-girlfriend ended up with some scars. She had like a cut behind her ear. She had like a bruised cheek or something like that. I don't know. But she charged him with abuse, with assault. And now he's dating Megan Good. And he did this whole interview today on Good Morning America where he was telling the lady that, well, his ex was telling him she felt like she was in an abusive, addictive relationship where he was telling her she should be Coretta Scott King or she should be Michelle Obama to him. And you telling a lady of an entirely different race that she need to idolize a black lady. You're a black man, but you want her to idolize a black woman. Like, where's the confusion? So this black news anchor was like, you don't see this? And he was like, no, but I see that I should have walked away a long time ago. I should have ended the relationship before it got to this. He's like, that's my only fault, that I didn't step away from when I found out I was no longer in love with her. But he was addicted to the relationship.
Yeah.
That's his words. I was addicted to the relationships. I'm like, bro.
You know what? When you're addicted to something, when you addicted to it, you don't know how bad you need to get away from it until you get away from it and see it. When you addicted to it, you looking for it. I'm sniffing it out. I'm looking for it in the daylight with a flashlight. Do you hear me? I'm addicted to it. You can have you looking for it, so you ain't worried about that. But it takes you to get over the addiction before you can actually see the damage.
So the first thing is pretty much self-awareness. You have to recognize and admit that you're addicted to something. But there's a fine line between addiction and love. And a lot of people say, well, I love this person or I'm in love with this. and they're not knowing that lust or addiction is more powerful than the love at that point. So how do you separate that two? What are
You
some
don't separate them. In the words of my late great best friend, rest in peace, he told me at a gas pump at Chevron late night, I'll pump some gas by 11 p.m. He said, "Baby girl, don't confuse lust with love." I was confused and I hollered at him on the situation, and I never understood what he talking about because I felt like I loved, but I didn't understand, because I'm feeling like everything they gave, it was love. No, it was just lust. I enjoyed, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like you can't determine. Like I said, some things you can't see the light until you go through it.
All right.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I'm 100%. I've learned too that that's why that's another thing you can't tell people your business because tell people your business. Sometimes that makes it worse. Sometimes some things you have to keep to yourself, and it's a time when when you're really ready to help me with this. That's when the person really sees, okay, help me. I just need to avoid this situation because it's constantly getting out of hand. I just need to see what I need to do with this. But you can't tell everybody. You have to have that. Oh, some people have that one person they can just go to with far as in what they're dealing with or whatever's going on. But like Carolina said too, is to a point that it's it's an addiction as well, far as in you don't know how much you love a person because you don't know until something happened. It's like, okay, that happened. Are you still willing to accept me for who I am and continue to go on? Even though you forgive, but you never forget. But it's more so, are you going to continue being that this person is this? You show me a new side of you. Are you going to continue? And you try to live out the cons and the pros and cons to it. Far as in the good and the bad, I would say. And what is it more so on the good end or is it more so on the bad end? It's more bad than good. And then sometimes it's still a hold you there. So like it comes back to it's still addiction all the way around. Because when you're thinking, okay, you're moving forward and you're getting away from something, guess what? It pop back up and guess what you be doing? The same thing over again. Because
Man,
you don't have the same anger to start the next week or so. The next week or so you've been cooled off a little bit. So guess what? Then the next 2 weeks, imagine 2 weeks, imagine a month's time. You cool off a little bit. So guess what? It start it can be one word of conversation. Hey, well, I was just trying to see this and that, ask no question about anything. You know what I'm saying? People got ways of getting you to give them feedback. So it's more so it's not that you're just, oh, this is what you're going towards every time. It's hard to avoid it too. You get what I'm saying? So that's another
That's like
thing.
you
How
decide
can
to
you
come back to
avoid it?
your house and drop a key off and say, "Here you go," knowing they ain't talked to you in about 5 weeks. I forget it. I'm telling you about it. Say it.
So
Let
it's
me
like two play that game. It's like a game.
hello. Y'all know.
well, they 2 times over here talking about Beyonce and Destiny Child when they said the good, the bad, the happy and sad. I heard you back 2 times. You want
Right?
that? Why cater to
Right?
them, baby? Why cater to them? And yes, I have been a victim where I have catered to some men and they did not deserve it. I'm not gonna lie. Like I have been blinded by this lust, thinking it was love. I'm not gonna say it's lust. In my defense, it was true love. Like
Right. So
somebody
you
can
can't downplay it. You
literally
can't
be
downplay it
somebody can literally be in love with a person
and
and
break it
think that
up.
the other person loved them too, and the whole time what they perceive or what they portray as love that's being reciprocated to themselves is just lust. It's availability. And that's the sucky part about this, because you become addicted to your own prison, like your own chain, when you put yourself in that situation and you like, I love him. And
Well, you
you
know what?
do.
Let me just
Like,
You
let
so
me
you
do
say,
can't
love
help
this
who you
let
person.
me
love.
say this.
Right. But then
So
that's
I
where it
feel
falls
like
back. Wait, but that's where it falls back into category topic one with these children and
yeah.
defining love and letting them know what real and true love really is. Because if you do not set those boundaries at a young age, then you open them up for failure. And opening them up for failure is going to lead to heartbreak, addiction, and abuse. And we do not want that for our younger generation. So that's big. Like you have to set those boundaries. You have to communicate with your children. You have to let them know this is what love is. It's not because I'm mommy. It's not because I'm daddy. It's not because that's TT and godmama. This is love, and somebody has to have your purest intentions at heart, because love is not supposed to hurt. So
Right. But let me say this here though. We feel like people ain't never loved. I feel like in order for people to deal with people, it has to be something. I know I feel like you should not confuse when you love somebody, because you can love somebody, or you can have love for somebody, and there's a difference in having love for somebody and being in love with somebody. I got love for a lot of motherfuckers. I don't just love. I ain't give a fuck about them, be honest with you, but I got love for them. But don't ever, I feel like nobody should ever say, if somebody was in a relationship with you or any type of relationship and they say, oh, well, I felt like I was lied to, they never loved me. No, I feel like they loved you. They just fell out of love with you before you fell out of love with them. You got to give them credit where it's due. You know what I'm saying? Because for a motherfucker to be around you that much, you know what I'm saying? Y'all done did some things together. They got to be something was crazy. Because if not, they're a cold-hearted motherfucker. When the motherfucker just tell you, I've been with you all this time and I don't give a fuck about you. They are cold-hearted motherfucker. If a motherfucker could just up and just be like, you know what I'm saying? No, listen. They fell out of love with you before you fell out of love with them, because you know what I'm saying? I used to believe, I stood on this 10 toes down. People used to tell me, let people go, let them go, let them go. Because if they love you, they come back. No, fuck that. I was like, you know what I'm saying? If it's love, they ain't going to leave. But I had to wake up. I had to understand that if it's love, it'll come back, and it's gonna come back, and you ain't gonna have to force nothing, because what goes around comes around. And then when it's true love, it's gonna automatically bounce back to you, because when people die, we don't see them. That don't mean we stop loving them. We continue to love them, just because you can't say nobody never loved you, or you know what I'm saying, they just fell out of love with you before you fell out of love with them.
And sometimes, somebody needs that break when they step away from you too. Like sometimes, like I said, you could be so in tune and so in love where you become the problem. Like you become that addiction and that abuse. And sometimes some people have to step outside. Like people say, oh man, you're an extrovert. You get along with everybody. You never meet a stranger. That's a lie. I need my space. And you know this. Y'all both know this. I shut down when I feel like I'm getting too much. I shut down. I close off. I don't communicate. I don't say nothing. I don't go nowhere. I don't like people in my space. I like to close my door, lock my door, cut on cartoons, and it's just me and these dogs. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes people need to step outside the box to realize that it's not you or it's not the other person. You know what I'm saying? Like they need you, because they getting to that point where where enough is enough. Like I'm like, dang, because maybe they didn't have that upbringing where they received that type of love before. So it's something scary to them. So they start like, oh man, she gotta be cheating, or he gotta be cheating, or they lying, and they become toxic to themselves. So sometimes when that person said, if it's true love, let it go, it'll come back. Because if you really love a person, you're gonna love them no matter what. You know what I'm saying? That person can pretty much fuck up your whole life, but at the end of the day, you're gonna still be like, man, that's my boo.
I think that's when it dropped down to being in love with a person. That's when it dropped down to just having love for him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I still spin the block by him. Don't think I won't.
Right.
But I don't give a fuck. You know
right.
what I'm saying?
Because at that point, enough is enough. You know what I'm saying?
Like
they hurt you, you hurting them. It's time to separate. So that part is enough. So yeah, you walk away from there and you be like, we not doing each other any good. We need to stop. We need to back up. All right, y'all. Let's get into topic
I
number
think it's
3.
too long. I got one more thing. On that. Another thing I noticed is different when you have kids by a person and you don't have kids. So when you don't have kids, I feel like it's easier. You walk away quicker. And but when you have kids, it's more so, you know, it's not that a man gonna take care because your mom gonna take care and she gonna make sure regardless. It's a 24/7 thing for us, regardless if that man there or not. But more so, that you gain a different love when you create something together. That's something different. You create a whole life of a human being with this person, like
Psych,
literally.
I'm gonna show you, especially when I had my mom. I ain't care nothing about it. Mama, I'm gonna show you. She slid right on in like Flynn. You heard me? I'm gonna show you that. But see, that's how it goes back to that whole surrounding thing. You know what I'm saying? What you got going on? How you brought up? Cause me, I'm a you on your ass. So
Man.
I got my mama.
Man.
Oh my God, baby, you had me so emotional right there. I was like, man, she's so right. Like if you have kids, you can't. And here come Nina. Pew, nope.
But unless somebody got that granny and you think you finna play with them because they got children,
But no, but you still give them a chance. Just give them another opportunity. When it was just nothing, it would be pure for real, real fast. That's
Mama,
what the
I'm
addiction come in with
saying
this. With
they
the
need
kids, the addiction
love.
come in.
I can't
Okay,
with y'all.
right, right.
Man, pew,
Mhm.
let's go to topic number 3. So y'all, all right, we've been talking about love. We've been talking about reinforcing that love with your children, identifying that love, and having good, strong conversation topics when it's time, to identify abuse, when it's too little, when it's an addiction, and all this good stuff. These have been great topics. So let's follow into topic number 3, where we talk about at what age is it okay to allow your children to date, and at what age and how do you start this conversation about sex with your kids? Whew.
Oh,
Yeah,
baby.
screen, you should kind of see something from Penn Medicine. They're pretty much giving like a rough draft of about what age you should start to identify this with your children, the percentage rate of how kids feel when they feel like they could talk to their parents. Who gonna light it up first? Because both of y'all are mamas. So I'm gonna let y'all have the floor, let y'all do the little thing, and I'm gonna tell y'all a little history about me and my mama and what was said whenever we get to that part.
Oh, okay. So we gonna, I guess, start with me since I got the most sure. You know what I'm saying? My folks, you heard me.
What the age range? Tell them the age range.
Baby, they 17, 15, 10, and 8. Then I got 4 dogs. You heard me? So I live.
With the oldest one being what, 14?
Exactly. Yeah, he 14, baby. So for that, that comes with, you can think about that in 2 ways. How you were brought up and how you want to bring up your children. I jumped up the porch early. My mama, my hunger. I did everything. My brothers ain't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? I I one of the ones that carried everybody around the way they need to be. I slid down on everybody, fed. So, like, my boyfriend stayed at my mama house. I had a house at 16, a Mustang and a motorcycle. You know what I'm saying? My son's 17 right now. You know what I'm saying? My mama didn't really just let him stay there, but it was more like on a Friday he had to go home, he had to go to school. You know what I'm saying? Saturday morning type shit.
So
But at his house,
let me
I
hit
was
you with this.
always there.
Let me hit you with this real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So you were what, 16 when you had the first one, Jason?
Yes.
So at what age did Queen Bee have that conversation with you? What age did she say?
There was no conversation. I
No
figured it out on my own. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I say. It's like how you brought up. It's like I ain't gonna say when I was born, I was a breech baby. I came out with my feet down. I did. My mama died off when she had me. She had to be resuscitated. I came here for like I knew everything. I ain't had no conversation with my mama. I ain't had a first talk with my mama. I figured out in my own head. I never forget I was in 9th grade sitting in Mr. Nelson classroom writing down them things. I over and over again. Had to write out them pages like that repetitive shit. And I said in my head, I said, I want to have sex with this dude. And I was so, man, I'm going to tell you. Look, we going to keep it real.
Wait a
We going to keep it real. I said, I don't know why. But that was it was just 2 niggas I seen. I said, I like them.
So with you having that experience and not having that conversation with your mama, like when did you start introducing it to your children? Like at what age did you have that conversation with Jason?
There is no conversation.
So you haven't had the conversation with him?
I ain't having a conversation. Paul had the conversation with him. He done had a few niggas that had the conversation with him. I feel like he know. You know what I'm saying? Like if he want to know something, I told him holler at me. Because ain't nobody have it with me. I don't even know how to start the conversation. So listen here, son.
So
I don't know what to do.
I will say, and my godmama do this. I have had the conversation with him. In fact, we had the conversation today.
I don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Because my brother go buy him the little, as he said, what he said, the happy packs. You know what I'm saying? I don't know nobody did that for me. You know what I'm saying? So I can't do nothing for somebody I don't know how to do. So I felt like I've always told him, how I man, and so I see things happen, and I slide in there with, you know what I'm saying, let me holler at you on something, but for the most part, I ain't just the birds and the bees. I just know I'm an exterminator at heart. I just know how to kill bees when I got all this. I don't know nothing about that, to be honest with you. Nobody had that conversation with me.
So
Everything, and then that goes back. I just think about it. I've always dated older men. I was,
that's
you know what I'm saying?
more
So
mature. So I will say that being the godmom, I've had this conversation multiple times with your son.
praise
And
God.
the first time I had it, I think was a couple months ago because I realized that he is becoming older and he has his sights set on doing more adult activities. You know, he's graduating high school. He's trying to venture into his career, especially in the music industry. And I know, or from what I witnessed, the music industry can be a very cutthroat, no rules type
Yeah,
business.
because I was in there with that boy 2 Chainz. How they shine when you kind of hurt? Did you heard me? I was in 50-50.
So
You did. That
so
was me in the corner.
he and I have had to talk, and like, you know, you try to make it like, well, I try to make it as open as I possibly can because I'm trying not to be judgmental because I'm not
Yeah.
his mama, I'm not his dad, but I do want him to be comfortable to come to me and ask me questions if need to be. And I know I'll be telling him, I'm like, well, you know, don't make me pull up on you with this other side chick with your girlfriend because I will do it. I'm gonna help her beat you up. You know, he'd be like, what? Ain't nobody cheating on her. Or today we had a conversation about, I'm like, because I told him, I said, well, if I have a baby, you're gonna babysit. He was like, I can't deal with no young kids. He said, you gotta wait till you get older and I help take care of it then. I said, what you gonna do if you have a baby? He's like, huh? So I'm like, have y'all had this conversation? Because we already know that you're active. Like, so have you talked about the risk of, you know, what goes on with not being protected or not protecting yourself? So he definitely said that they had the conversation where they're not looking for children. And I was like, well, you still got to make sure you cover yourself because even though a female say I'm not looking for children, things happen.
They
So
just show up sometimes.
I
Yeah.
mean, and
Not little one turned up.
Big dog.
he the
I'm
testimony
really
to the
shy. I
whole.
thought little one gave me more shy. He always gave me shy, and I'm just like, really?
I'm Yak's
Wow.
mom. I'm Yak's mom. You heard me. That boy
She can't.
Yak.
She can't get no shirt made. So,
Y'all, I'm Yak's mom. Remember that.
babe, 2 times you have a little girl, and you too, Nina 45, and your little girl, Nina 45, may be way gone. Because I'm telling this, I tell her every day that little girl is stank. That attitude, it be smelling in the morning. You can't tell
Really?
her nothing.
I'm
Oh
gonna
my
tell you,
God, babe, 2 times.
she is a miniature me times
17.
39 plus 6. So,
I
you
really?
know, I be trying to, she just be like, listen,
Are
I'm gonna
you
tell you like it is.
serious?
I mean, texting boys at the age of 10, girl. And then got mad because, like, my mama and my auntie, Queen B, used to tell dudes when I'm trying to call them, oh, no, she can't have boys call. You know what I'm saying? So
Hold on, wait.
But
Not her.
listen,
I know
in
not Boo.
defense, no, but in defense, it's a group chat. So the group chat is not a group chat because you might know something that I don't know.
I don't care if it's group. I don't care
Right,
if
it is a group chat.
if
It
they
is a
not
group chat.
discussing algebra or it ain't between the hours of 8 a.m. to
Yep, they gotta cut
3:30
it out.
p.m.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a no, no, no. And then given, you know, it's a new day age. I know this, and I know that some little boys have identity issues and they're feeling their way out and trying to feel who they are. And I will say in her defense, it is only one little boy. It's only one. But at the same time, I'm still like, it's still a boy. You
He's
know what
still
I'm
in
saying?
the group
But the
without them
thing is,
girls.
we gotta think about too, and it's in
Mhm.
situations
He's
that
still in
she's
the
been
group
put
without them
in.
girls.
Yeah, but you think
And
about
I
the
understand it.
situation you've been pushed and been put in. You's like more so almost a single mother. Sometimes you have to take care of your kids and do by all means, regardless if a man gonna be there or not. You always been a person that's gonna go get it regardless. So you're gonna make sure they're gonna be forever straight and always straight. So your space away. Guess what? Things are bound to happen. Things are tend to
Yeah,
happen. But I
you
understand you
know,
can't be there 24/7 because guess what you still have to do. You have to
Yeah.
be a mother and provide.
right. You know,
So
some
when they
things
don't have
happen, like
that
I said,
100%
he in the group.
supervision,
in the group when I was girl. I get that part. That's what, and that's where I'm giving her credit at when she say it's a group chat. And like I said,
Yeah.
it's a new day and age. My thing is when I was younger, and I'll never forget this.
Phones need to
My
be cut out at a certain time. Like, okay, where the phones at?
my next door neighbor, there, you as a child you get curious. You know what I'm saying? And I know she won't get curious with her brother, but
Too
like
much freedom.
right. So I just monitor that. So at that age, like, do you think her being 10 is that a good age to have that talk with her?
Well, the thing about me and my daughter is we have a relationship where we like, yeah, we got this awesome show here. Me and her, we sit down and we talk about everything. We haven't done it in a while. There's a lot been going on, but I usually record those just because y'all want to keep those memories. We sit down, we talk about all the kids. I know all the children, everybody, you know what I'm saying? So, and things like that, certain topics come up because I always try to let my daughter know, just randomly sometimes, affirmations on, you're beautiful, no, you never need to have a man for validation. You don't need to justify who you are. You are who you are. You are free to be who you want to be. You don't have to answer to anybody but God on a real world type level tip. You respect and you look everybody in the eye, just things like that. So with my daughter, that's how the talk comes about. That's because that's my girl. You know what I'm saying? Them boys don't chill out with me like that. When me and them boys hanging, I'm trying to teach I'm a woman trying to teach my boys how to be a man. So talks like that, too sensitive for me and my boy. We talk about shit that I know that they gonna face. We talk about you know what I'm saying, how my son, like I said, he's 17. He's going out venturing the world. He's out with friends. We have to talk about things like when the police officer stop you. You know what I'm saying? Baby, abide by any means necessary. Keep your hands visible. Things like that. Never question, goddamn. If you have your phone in your hand, you got to post that thing on that thing. Goddamn, let somebody know what's going on. Things like that with the world today. So that's why the talk come up now with my daughter. Other than why, and you may ask why it hasn't happened with my 17-year-old son, because y'all must remember me and my 17-year-old son, we grew up together.
That's true. So you saying basically it's easier for you to have that relationship with your daughter because y'all are on a more sensitive and
Right.
more like understanding path. You could be a female with her and get her to like understand female things, and then with
Right.
this boy, you trying to be like you trying to teach them how to be masculine and
Right.
at the same time. I get that. I get that. But what I'm asking is like because like she's 10 and it's a new day and she is so smart. That's why I said she has that stank attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Like it ain't stank just
Taking that
because
phone
it's
at a certain time too, and then during the week,
right.
why is the phone? Strictly
It's
work. It's cut some of it out. The timer, you can still
Oh,
fix it.
well,
It's not too late.
yeah.
so so and
Especially if
baby
the
it's
mouth
true.
come with
I
it.
hear
If
you,
there's
but
so many things that come with it, then okay, let's give it a break. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Until you can listen to me and then respect. Guess what? Give it a break. Let her go find something else to do. We used to do go outside and go play on the trees and climb the trees and find something to do outside.
Right.
wait, that's that we that old school, but that's what I'm saying. This is a new generation. And
Well,
they
for
do
me,
things different.
No.
yeah. So what you saying? Like, if I need to give her the talk, I mean, like you asking me.
I'm
No,
saying
take the phone sometimes. Give it a break. It's
but
too
I'm
much going
asking
on.
I'm look, baby on this boy text him. Look, baby being his AT like TT said, no, put this there.
Exactly.
Baby ready to pull up. Who is this boy Tanya? I said, boy, she's stuck on that. She's like, wait a minute,
You said not Bookie. Hold on, wait a minute. Not Bookie.
what you mean? We hear you, babe, sometimes, but no, seriously though, seriously. Nina 45. Like I said, your queen, your little princess is 10. And I'm saying at 10, are you ready to introduce this conversation to her at 10 about
Oh, I'm
dating?
ready.
Because like I said, even though I know right now this little boy that's in this group chat, like I said, it's a new day of age and people are testing their identity, and this little boy might be one of those that is confused about his identity, but are trying to find his identity,
Right,
not
right.
confused, but trying to find his identity. But there are boys in
Right.
her class.
Exactly.
And these are girls that are new day and age. Like they're not trying to climb no trees. They're not trying to play tag. the high go get may be like something else for them. So
So yes.
it's at 10. Are you talking to her about when she's able to date and how, like baby said, like what time is the phone call whenever she's in this dating? Like you can't have this time of night.
Well, those talks have already been established. We've talked about because my daughter is the girl of 4 children. So we talked about things about just how what's not okay, what's acceptable, what shouldn't be acceptable, what no matter what you say, whatever, no matter what you say, whatever. We've had those talks. Those talks come earlier for me all the time. But as far as those things, I'm ready when I see it happening. Because like I said, the talks that we have, we kind of understand. I understand where I have not done that in the new year, Laura. We're going to get to that, but the talks will help me understand what's happening. The not just that, but I am a firm believer on it takes a village to raise a child.
I agree.
The friends that are in that group, most of the parents, we are friends. We always communicate. A couple of girls got their cycles. The parents text me and told me woo, 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 woo. So they all found out together about that. By the grace of God, I didn't have to do it. You know what I'm saying? It was done a older lady, because there's an older lady. The other we're younger, but there's a couple older women that the girls are friends with. So we all and I appreciated them for that. Like they just got them all together and just that was cool. It's like 5 of them. And then that little boy's mama too, but. He's not, I've never met his mother, but the other ones, the girls, we're pretty close. So things like that, I have already had that type of conversation. As I see the conversation grows, and I know, because I also know, like I said, I move pretty fast. I know at what age I begin to think and wonder about things. You know what I'm saying? I know it may be wrong to think, oh, your child and you're going to think this way at a certain time, but I'm pretty much that's why they were in the womb. We have some type of, as my son say, spidey, tingly senses to make you identify when something is a change in your child, especially when you're being a parent, when you're not just being a parent, but you're being understanding, having a relationship with your child.
Okay. I get that. And I will say that your children are very respectable to the point where you say, give me your phone. The older ones are a little apprehensive to the point.
I don't even want to see what's in there.
Phone?
They can keep them.
But definitely Toddy, like the other day when I was on,
they can keep them.
Phone, she handed it over like, what you looking for? She's scrolling through letting you see it. So I don't think she's hiding anything. I do know that if she feel like she need to come to somebody, she will. I do think that at the age of 10 where she is now, because there are boys, and based off the conversation that her little friend, when I said, what y'all be talking about? And they're like, oh, gossip, who talking to who did this. I think at the age of 10 is an appropriate age to talk about boys and dating and what restrictions she need to have, as far as, like Bay two times said, like phone calls, what hours of the day they can call, and what to be expected whenever you do have a boyfriend that's not in the group. So I do like that. Bay two times, you got a little girl. What age are you on?
Yeah, I say, because to be honest, I would say it just depends on what she's around. More so that it's only us here, so it may be a little different, and she's not distracted about so many different people, so around so many different people. Of course, not staying in nobody's house and nothing like that. So I think it'll give her a longer period of time. So I don't want to tell you exactly. I'll be lying. So it's just like a mother's sense. Like as a mother, you have a sense.
You gotta feel that
So
thing.
when you need to speak to them on certain things, when you see, okay, well, hey, you're getting a little bit out of hand on this, or you're a little bit, your mouth or saying this, or you're recognizing things they're looking at, saying, all that lets you know, okay, well, hey, maybe let me have this talk with you. Let me sit down with you for a second. So it just
Because
depends
I'm gonna
on.
say this though, because and it's right, but I'm gonna tell y'all why it's right. Children are so smart, because y'all think about it. Y'all know everything we did now. I mean, we did back then as a kid. We sit back and say, damn, we was some slick, some bitches. Like, God damn. So if you ask them and want to talk to them about some shit, you might be giving them the game. Then you be done fucked yourself, because then you don't even know how to fix it, because you done gave them the best game, because you figured out how to do it, because you done been through it. You gotta figure it out and stop it.
Right. Well, as the only girl of three, two older brothers. My mom did not have the talk with me about dating, but then again, my interest was not dating boys when I was in school. I was like, I'm also focused on schoolwork. I think I was more afraid of failing than anything because I did not lose my virginity until I was 20. Whew, I know, right? Look at y'all like, fuck no, I swear.
I was damn,
um,
I mean, darn near. I was probably like what, close up there, 17, 18, close.
I,
It was up
I,
there.
I learned about
Oh, well,
the
don't think I'm gonna tell y'all some bitches a thing.
I learned about my period from my friends as well, just like Tanya with her friends. You know, a couple girls got theirs, and I'm like, oh, what's that? What do you do with that? I kid you not. And then the sad part is, I did not learn how to use a tampon until when I was, what, 23, 24, Carolina. And I was like, wait, why does it hurt? And Carolina was like,
That
because
was me. I ain't gonna tell you what I did. I didn't even know what I was doing. Just experiment, tried to do it myself, and was
See,
like,
y'all,
okay, well, I was uncomfortable. The wrong part. The wrong
yes,
part.
I'm
yes.
The
tickled.
whole thing, like, just okay, and just keep it there.
I'm,
Couldn't
I'm
I'm
tickled.
like, why it hurt? Because I was
even
like,
sit
this
down.
I was like, see, nobody told me that. I never forget my mom worked that night, and I told her, I said, Mom, I had to go in there and get one of them. It's there on the box. You know, they had the cardboard applicators back in the Gap, and the
I
bitch
said the
said,
cardboard ones too, or the plastic ones.
yeah,
So
back
you
in the Gap,
don't
that my mom
know.
had the wood
Mhm.
cardboard ones. I said, I don't know where that got. She said, you need that. I said, some get you some paper. I don't want them damn things. That's what I'm thinking in my head, like
I think it
because
gotta open up and push out.
see, I had think y'all. That's why I told you it's a lot of stuff I ain't had to ask. It was like I just knew.
yeah, I was
I
not that.
didn't. I was experimenting.
I'm
And
telling
not
you, I said the
in
whole
ninth grade
thing.
in Mr. Nelson class, I was not thinking I'm gonna sleep with this dude. I was actually doing corny rap songs, and they used to call
Baby,
me
I
the
was doing
female
my
Will
work
Smith.
though. Hold up. Wait a minute. I was doing my work. It's public record. Y'all look it up. I graduated. I'm pretty smart. Y'all better holler at me. But I multitask. I multitask, y'all. I do a lot of thinking. My mind be rambling. So I was in class. I had spotted them out. When I tell you, I mapped them down. Slid in that thing. I was in there like swimwear.
So y'all, we gonna jump back in and go over the topics really quick. You know, when is love for a child really love? And we hit that. We think it's not something that you can just label for a title of who's who, but more so of the emotions and the affection that you show the child. When is enough enough? It's enough when it becomes toxic and you can't see nothing but red. Get out, abort. Mission aborted. That's with alcohol, that's with abuse, that's with toxic relationship. Abuse comes in many different forms. Addiction comes in many different forms. It can be addiction of substance, food, love, a person, shopping. Hey, um, you have to stop. Like you have to identify the crisis, identify the toxicity in yourself, and then try to walk away from that. And if not, there's always help hotlines that you can call. There's Google places that you can look online. There's call a friend. Like Baby said, don't be telling everybody your business, but have somebody that you can talk to. And then ages to identify dating within your children. You pretty much have to fill it out. And you know, when you notice your child is talking to different crowds, you know, they start asking all these questions. Nina 45 said as a female, it's easier to talk to a girl than it is a boy. I mean, I would suggest if that's the case, then get a male counterpart that you're really close with, that you trust, and let them talk to
I'm
your
gonna show
son.
you. Come, big dog. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. I got you. I'm gonna show. I can't teach him how to be a man. I stand on it. But I'm gonna teach him how to be the real nigga out here.
Girl, did you write this Steve Harvey book? Because I'm called Cat Williams. Because I'm like,
Man, I need that. I need that.
I
I'm
promise
trying to
you,
get to Gravedigger
Cat
Mountain, y'all. Y'all help me get to Gravedigger Mountain. That's what
Cat
y'all do.
just said on Shin and Shay Shay, Club Shay Shay, he said all these women out here with this alpha mentality, thinking like a man and can't even keep a man. I'm like, dang, that's me.
That's a whole nother topic. I'm gonna show you. I'll take it there on Cat. We can play it right now. Yeah, I'm gonna show you. Hey, thank you. I'm read about you. I'm gonna show you. You can't be nothing but all I am is all I am, and what I ain't, I will never be.
I ain't never
I
saw
can't help it. I'm a big
all
dog, and they ain't.
So y'all, we have been boiling with these topics. We have been in it. let's get on down to room temperature, and then we're gonna let this take the stage. Are you guys ready? Because Nina 45 got something for you. Listen to it. If it ever picks up, there you go.
My nigga Weezy steady torn, but he's a bitch and it's showing. I'm still a living legend.
Oh,
We got a little freak.
Don't act like you didn't know it, but they had my hand side. Caught up my nigga Weezy steady torn, but he's a bitch and it's showing. I'm still a living legend.
all right. What you got on that, Nina? What is that? Wheezy is a bitch, and he what?
Well, y'all know I'm gonna come to y'all with a little dip dab, and I'm gonna holler at you about this here, there, and woo, 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 woo. So that boy BG and that boy Finesse 2 Time got a song, got you heard me? And in BG's verse, he called Weezy, who was Lil Wayne, who is his Cash Money. I'm talking about Hot Boy brother, his brother from Forever a Bitch. Now I have did research and I understand that he did address this, but I just need to understand how y'all feel about you. Literally, this is not saying bitch, I'm a hot. This ain't that. This ain't that, y'all. This ain't that. This is this man calling him a bitch. But he also BG did address the diss. He addressed the diss and told everybody to mind their business because it's family business. I can understand that, but we just gonna we gonna have a little teacup too. I'm gonna put a little Tron in mind. Y'all put coffee in yours. Let's talk about it. Y'all ready? So what y'all think about that? How y'all feel that this man called this man a bitch who was his brother and it's supposed to be okay? Y'all think it ain't gonna be no static behind it? Because I read some comments and I hear people really, really coming for BG. I know he just got out on the beat. Y'all know the man just got out, and that's like one of the first singles he did. He dropped a few songs with a few people, but that Finesse 2 Time song just came out, and everybody's wondering, is Lil Wayne gonna respond to this? Will there be dissing going forth? Will there be a reunion? But I'm gonna give y'all the tea first before y'all say anything, and I want to get y'all's view on, do y'all feel like he was wrong for calling him a bitch in that song, even if that's how he felt? Because I feel like they say, y'all know they say Weezy the GOAT, the greatest of all time. How you gonna throw salt on that man name and he a GOAT? So they said the disc came out when he told everybody to mind their business about if the tour would be a Cash Money record tour, would it be a Hot Boy tour? And that's like why he said Weezy still a bitch and he know it. How do y'all feel like that's cool? Did he, even if he said should he put the shit on the song? Like, what the fuck is happening here? Somebody talk to me. Come on with
it. So I think he was wrong for saying or calling out somebody he claimed is family or a brother out their name. Especially, I don't 100% support. I don't like people calling people the N-word. So I don't like it when we as African Americans call each other bitches and hoes either, especially for another man to call another black man a bitch. Like, that to me is like the most horrible like insult ever, because we already know the definition of a bitch. That's a female dog. And if you take it down even further than that, you know how they say how bitches get down. You know what I'm saying? Like they just be out there. You have a girl dog. When she went in heat, what I say, she gonna take it to him. She gonna take it to him. So for the fact that a man is calling another man a bitch and then putting it in the public eye, I don't see love in that. I don't see how that's, oh yeah, we was just friends. We just shoot. That's how we talk. Who do that? Because to me, certain type of people call each other bitches and hoes, and those are people that don't have respect for each other or themselves. So I don't even call my female girls my bitches. I be like, them my girls, or them my chicks, or these my A1s. Like I do not see respect in that title. So I don't understand why he took it there, or to go, especially to sell records, because it makes it seem like we got beef.
I wanted to pick him back on that end part too, especially you made it's this within a song. This like public worldwide. It's different if you're chilling, you're having a good time. How I may slip and say, oh,
right.
but not on a song. That mean, okay, you got some jealousy somewhere there. It's something that you really hating at this point, to be honest. I'm just gonna put it out there. You
Right.
hate
Y'all
on
think
something.
she hating on that?
Because at the end of the
I
day,
don't,
you're
you
not gonna
know.
just go you public eye, public voicing, and speaking on someone else's name and bashing them like that. You could have told him by yourself, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you. That's
That
what I'm
really
saying.
make it seem like, okay, hey, you ain't a man at the end of the day. Guess what? A real man gonna come to
Right.
me and tell me to my face or tell me person to person, man to man.
Right.
Especially for a man. That's like some females though, to be honest. Like females do stuff like that. You don't expect that from a grown man. A grown man that's on his stuff and he ain't worried about another man. He's not gonna speak on another man. You get what I'm saying? Beef or not. I don't agree with no beef because guess what? All that's female stuff. That's like female drama. You know what I'm saying? Men supposed to
Right.
Right.
have an understanding and be here and support us as women and not to be yipping back and forth with another man. That's gay to me, in my opinion.
And
Right.
That's
and
gay.
why was the necessity there for him to name drop in the first place? If you know there's two record companies got some type of beef against each other, but I'm supposed to be cool with both of them. Like why? Like to me, he picked a side. Pick a
Right.
side. And you picked the wrong side because I'll be all up on you. Weezy should let it loose on
Now,
him.
y'all know
I
we
mean,
ain't do nothing. But how he know who to holler at. But I feel like just coming back to that being a black man type thing, man. Look, you did your bid, you came home. Like you said, he kept touring. What you wanted him to do? Life don't stop. Life goes on. So if you are upset, you feel like I just feel like me being who I am and what I know and who I've been around and what I've encountered. Somebody got to answer for that. He gonna have to answer for that.
Check
Somebody
this
gonna have to
out.
answer for that. You
so
know.
But check this out. What the old folks say. Music ain't music no more. I don't know what y'all be listening to. Cause guess what? That's how I feel. I'm like the old folks. What are we listening to? Why? That mean you ain't got no real raps and no real lines. Cause guess what? What are you
but
talking about?
I want to know why he's so salty to the point where he thought Weezer was supposed to be like Lil Wayne was supposed to be Keisha Kalor or my baby mama Drika. Like did he think she was supposed to pull up to the prison
And
with
get him
Rack
out.
and get him out or be down for him and hold his money till he get out. Like what?
Who got that kind of time? The man got a whole lot to do.
For
You should
Kevin,
respect the
for
man.
Kevin Gates, I do call me Kevin. I'm coming, baby.
Oh Lord.
I got 5 on.
BWA, looking for you. High level. Bread
Look,
Women Association.
Bay 2 times to walk away because I told me her fighting over Kevin Gates.
So, that's our take. I appreciate that. Everybody feels the same way. We ain't trying to take sides. We just telling you how we feel about the situation. Y'all see it for yourself. Y'all go look it up. Y'all ask because he addressed it. Weezy has not yet responded. When he responds, we're gonna holler at y'all. We're gonna keep a follow-up on it so y'all can see what's happening in the streets and the celebrity news.
Well, you know who I'm waiting on to respond to this, and I
Who?
know it's gonna blaze when she say something about somebody talking about her dad.
Regine?
Baby, I'm waiting on it.
Okay.
I already know she probably on fire. She's like, oh, what is that? What is that? No, all of New Orleans outside trying to calm her down. I promise you.
Mercy.
She don't play about her
Mercy.
daddy. We all know that girl
Yeah.
did not play about her daddy. You will swear her daddy carried her for them 9 months.
Ah,
Because I be feeling sorry for her mama. Because I be like, not in a bad way, Toya. I love you too. But you couldn't even, her daddy cheating on you. She probably telling you it's your fault.
Because yeah, they
That
are
girl
like,
is
you
in
know,
love with her daddy, and she go hard for her daddy. She don't
yeah,
care
that's
who
just
you
like
are.
Boosie and his daughter. I appreciate the relationships on those. I like those. I didn't have
Yeah.
that, so I appreciate that, y'all. Daddies, keep doing that. We don't get to congratulate black men when they do what they do. I'm gonna shout them too. I thank y'all and everybody, the regular daddies too. Y'all appreciate that.
Right. You could be a bad spouse, but be 100% daddy, and you got my heart. All right,
Mhm.
ladies, we gonna check our mics. Check our mics. It's that time of the day where we gotta say holla to our fans and fan base. It's been real. Thank you for tuning in for episode 2 of Coffee Talk, the art of love and love not. I'm your girl, Southern Aphrodite, and I'll be back with you next week. Shout it out, ladies. Who you be?
Peace, y'all.
Look, peace, y'all, and to you as well. I'm always coming in 2 times and more than one time every time I'm coming. Look, we'll see you all next time. Y'all have a great night. Thanks for tuning in. And shout out to the host and the co-host for putting this great opportunity together for ourselves. And guess what? Who's up next?
All
Who's
right,
up
y'all.
next?
Yes,
Who's
yes,
up
yes,
next?
yes.
We're coming back. All right, y'all. Deuces.